Yo, welcome back to the show. We back in. There was a heavyweight championship fight that took place Saturday.
Wait, is that what we really want to call it?
Hey, however you want to slice it or
okay,
dice it.
Okay.
If you don't want to call it that way, I'm going to call it.
No, I just want to make sure.
I just never thought Anthony Joshua was a true heavyweight.
Okay, there we go.
But I just wanted to let the crowd know and the audience know that it was a heavyweight championship fight.
Okay.
That took place in Madison Square Garden. So we're going to talk about this, man. It's kind of funny with Anthony Joshua. You know, fighting over there in London, England, or over there in the British, however you want to call it. Never wanted to come stateside. But when he finally comes stateside in Madison Square Garden, he was supposed to be fighting Big Baby Miller, but he failed a drug test. And this Ruiz guy, he was a replacement.
He was a replacement.
And this guy, to be a Mexican, body wasn't in shape, but he was in shape, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So he wasn't in shape, but he was in shape.
Well, now, the rap on Ruiz is that he never. That's his body makeup.
Exactly.
So it's not going to change. He's not going to give you something like Joshua. That's his body makeup.
I understand that, but when you say the body makeup, I understand exactly where you're coming from, and that's the point that I'm trying to make. Is that he's not in shape, but he's in shape. You know, this guy, his stamina was there. You know what I'm saying? I watched the fight, and the thing about what piqued my curiosity was the quickness and the counters that he had for everything that Joshua was doing. And I just think that third round, when Joshua hit him with that left hook and knocked him down, I think that was a more surprise to him, because leading up to the fight, before the fight came on, they interviewed Ruiz. He said, "Man, Joshua just don't know. I can hit too," and he started hitting back. But I looked at it, it was kind of funny. I think it was like a flash knockdown when he hit him, because he wasn't hurt. He got right back up, and he went right back after Joshua, and he caught Joshua. You know what? I think the left hurt Joshua before the glancing right to the dome, but that left hook started everything, because he started doing the stinky leg, and then the right knocked him down. But Anthony Joshua, to me, man, I just think after Big Baby failed the drug test, me personally, he looked more gassed to me than hurt. I mean, I know he was, discombobulated a little bit, but me personally, I don't think he trained for the fight. I just think after the Big Baby thing fell off, Ruiz didn't know too much of him. I just think he didn't train for the fight.
Well, the funny thing is they always say money will make you train or make you get right for any occasion. Here's the thing. Ruiz I don't want to say needed the money, got the money for the fight, won the fight. Okay? Well, Joshua, the money was already in. It's not your fault that the original guy you're going to fight fails a drug test. You don't lose the money from that.
Exactly.
So for him, he's going to be okay. So in his mind, I'm not saying that I can't count nobody else's money, but in his mind of thinking, maybe he didn't train. Maybe he said, "Hey, what's the worst that can happen? I get knocked out, or they give me or I get a TKO. I still made the money. I'm now only going to double up on the money I already received." Which, if we look at it, that's a dumb decision, because when I say we, as a competitor, you don't ever want to lose anything that you're going at and competing at. But for some of these guys and somebody in this day and age, money speaks every level for
him. But he lost 2 of the straps. He lost 2 of the belts.
But he still got the money.
He got the money, but he lost his belts. And that took the steam out of the Wilder and Joshua fight. You're losing more money overall.
And now, when you look at it that way, yes, but some people don't look at it the long run. He might have been looking at the shortcomings. Which I said again, if he loses, what's the worst thing that can happen? They take my belts, I can fight up again. Now, maybe I won't get a bigger draw. Maybe I now got to get more of an 80-20 draw, because I can't come to Wilder and say, "Hey, I need this. We need to go 60-40.
He's not the cash cow.
And he's not it.
And the thing about that is, he wants the mandatory with Ruiz, but he wants to fight back in his hometown. So the thing about him fighting back in his hometown, just say Ruiz goes in there and Ruiz beats him again, or vice versa, Joshua beats him, but he beats him on a decision. That takes the steam. Don't nobody want to see that fight with him and Wilder no more, because you know Wilder hits him one time, he's gone. And leading up to that fight, I don't know if you looked at any of the interviews with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's been calling this for a long time. He said Anthony Joshua is not elite. He said when he fought Klitschko, Klitschko was already past his prime, because Tyson Fury took the steam out of him when he fought him. And Klitschko, to me, he didn't have a chin. Joshua hit him with a nice little right hand and rocked him, but Klitschko hit him with an uppercut and knocked him down. I just think that Klitschko was more gassed when he got back up. He just couldn't finish Joshua, and Joshua just happened to catch him with a right hand. Klitschko, his chin is not built that way, but I just think now with Tyson Fury making them statements a long time ago talking about he's not elite, and I just think, to me, there's only enough. Wilder is taking the fight with Ortiz again, so I don't think he should have took that fight. But he wanted the Joshua fight. Joshua wasn't available. He wanted to fight some other guy by the name of Ruiz. You see what happened. Only thing that's left in boxing in that heavyweight division, I just think if Ruiz fights Wilder, if Joshua don't get the mandatory, Wilder will probably stop him within 3 or 4. I just think on that aspect, the only fight that can make big money will be the rematch between Fury and Wilder.
Okay, so I guess now, when we talk on the boxing level, we know that there are no true possible contenders right now that we know of, but we're not in the boxing circle, right? Is it now based on the merit of getting money or maybe getting more belts?
Well, you want to, in the heavyweight division, Deontay Wilder's always said this: I want to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He wants all the belts. So now I think we're getting closer for that being unified, because now Ruiz got the belts. Joshua had them. Joshua didn't want the big fights with Wilder or Fury. So the middleman's gone now.
Right.
So Ruiz, as being the heavyweight champion of the world, hey, you got to fight on his terms. He can't duck nobody now. He's already beat Joshua. If Joshua gets the mandatory and Joshua gets them belts back, Joshua can't run no more. You cannot run no more. Who else is Joshua going to fight if he beats Ruiz and gets them belts back? Who else is he going to fight?
I mean, you make a great point, because now it makes you have to go and get the quality fight.
Exactly.
You have to, unless you just don't want to fight. And if that's the case, just go ahead and get the belts back.
Exactly. And the thing about what Deontay Wilder said was key. Now you know who was running.
Ooh. That's all I can say.
And that's the thing, man. But I wish Ruiz the best. You know what I'm saying? It was his shining moment on Saturday. He went out there and did what he was supposed to do as an underdog, and he took the fight to Joshua, and he earned them belts. But it's gonna be short-lived, because he's one loss. He got a couple knockouts. He's a skillful boxer, but I just think we're getting closer, in Deontay Wilder's opinion, of him being the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. But I would like to see more of Deontay Wilder boxing, not just waiting for that home run shot. I think this last fight when he fought Brazil, coming off the Tyson Fury fight, I think he learned a lot, because Fury boxed him and he sat back and waited, but he waited too long. But at the same time, Fury's a skillful boxer as a heavyweight, but it's all pity-pat. Mm-hmm. He really not gonna lay you out with one shot. It's gonna take accumulation of punches. But they always said it's not the quality, it's the quantity.
Yes.
You start building these punches up, it takes the impact on these big guys.
Yeah.
And I just think that if Tyson Fury and Wilder fight again, Wilder has to learn that he got to take the fight to Tyson Fury. Styles make fights, so he got to get in. He got to box. He got to stay behind the jab. And that's how he got Brazil out of there early, because he stayed behind the jab. Jab, jab, right hand, jab, jab. A blistering right, good night. Kirkatoka. It was all over. But I just think in that heavyweight division, I just think Deontay Wilder, he can emerge as the undisputed, because now one of the major players is gone, and we're going to see what happens. So on that tape, I know that, you got a lot of things about Deontay Wilder, because we watched a lot of fights together. What do you see that Deontay Wilder has to do to keep himself relevant as a heavyweight and to be the undisputed champion, is there anything he has to work on?
Well, we were lucky enough, and when I say we, if you were around the Mike Tyson era, and not just Mike Tyson, just the other people that Mike Tyson fought, that era of boxing, not the early, the middle, late part of Mike Tyson's era, when you had the Lennox Lewis, you had the Holyfields, you understood boxing because of what they gave you. And I think for me, Wilder needs to understand working with his feet and his hands has to be not just a knockout, as you say, or 1-2 take you home. It needs to be a sweet, mellow, and just a good blend of, can you take this or are you going to run away from it? But I need to know how not to come in wild, as my name says, and be comfortable about being able to take body blows and give those jabs to make, like you said earlier, a combination.
Yeah.
Because once you give a combination, that hands gonna drop and everything else gonna drop.
It's good that you said that because I feel that Mark Breland, coming out of the Lou Duva camp, his trainer, he's an exceptional trainer. He gives Deontay Wilder a lot of instructions when he comes back to the corner, but sometimes I don't think Deontay Wilder really goes out there and puts the instructions to full use because he always sitting back waiting. And when he comes to the corner, I be hearing Mark Breland say, man, stay behind your jab, right hand, combinations, let your hands go. But after every fight, when Deontay Wilder knocks you out, he always say, patience. Patience is a virtue. But me personally, I just think he's too patient. And like you said, you got to let them hands go, throw the combinations. And, he's a skillful heavyweight, 6'7", 223, chiseled, and, that right hand, man, once he puts it on you, man. We sat here and watched the Ortiz fight.
Yes, sir.
And Ortiz, he weathered the storm with Ortiz.
He did.
But as soon as he got one good shot on Ortiz, what happened?
It was night-night.
See,
Mama, there go that man.
And see, that's the thing, man. It's these heavyweights, man, they big, so they got some thudding blows.
Oh, yeah.
I even watched the Joshua and the Brazil fight, and Brazil was letting Joshua have it. In the 7th round, Joshua just caught him with a big shot. But I just think if Deontay Wilder gets in there with Joshua, it's tailor-made because Joshua is a come-forward fighter, but on Saturday, he wasn't coming forward. Ruiz was backing him up.
Yeah.
So that was kind of surprising to me, but I just think, as we talk about the heavyweights, I just think Deontay Wilder, he should emerge as the undisputed heavyweight champion because we got one of the major players out of there that didn't want to make boss moves, and every interview that you hear him on First Take Undisputed, he's always talking about the Deontay Wilder. He can come talk to me man to man. Nah, Anthony Joshua, you was running, and after Saturday night, that makes me believe that you was ducking Deontay.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. You got to believe it. Once a man tells another man, "Hey, come see me," and you don't come see him, I gotta question that, especially when the ramifications of boxing about getting the premier fighter. If you believe that you are a premier fighter and another man calls you out, oh no, I'm gonna go see that man.
Yeah.
But if you don't, I feel like you know something about yourself that you just don't want everybody to see.
Man, that's a great take, man. It's kind of funny to say that, man, because we sit around here and watch all the boxing matches. You've been over watching fights with me and the little fight parties that I've been having, but it's kind of interesting, man. Every fight, it takes on its own meaning, and you look at these fights, man, and you try to dissect them and be like, man, if woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
And I just want to touch on something before we wrap it up, but it always goes back to Canelo. Canelo's he's a major player now. Canelo's been coming on strong, and I just think when he fought Floyd Mayweather, he learned a lot from that Mayweather fight. So Canelo, he's a major player in the boxing division, and there's gonna be some great things coming from Canelo, but there's something out on the horizon, man, that people need to know, man. For all the audience listeners and all my new followers and all the listeners, man, look out for that Earl Spence, man, because Earl Spence don't duck no fights, man. He's the body snatcher. He's like, he's waiting for everybody. And after Canelo fought Jacobs, man, Earl Spence was sitting in the wee hours of the night, and they come up to Earl Spence, gonna offer him $20 million a fight. So pay close attention to that, man. We might see a mega fight coming up here soon, man. We might get the particulars coming soon, man. So we gonna wrap it up, man. And I thank you guys for tuning in. And I want to thank Rod for coming in the studio, man, taking his time out from Braswell, coming out, calling at your boy K Sap on Simply Ball Dropping. But this wraps up another episode of Simply Ball Dropping. I'm your host K Sap. We catch you on the next one. Good deal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's much better when you're in the studio doing it. You're just like how you just talking. You know what I'm saying? So I can stop it, go to break, get your thoughts together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we good. I ain't even got it. I'm finna upload it. I'm finna put it together. Yeah, this gonna drop tonight. I'll probably upload it probably about 4.
Okay.
Give people a chance to get off work. I catch them at prime time.
Yeah. When they on the way home.
Yeah, so they can get right on it.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
At work, man. If I send it to them while they at work, they might not,
They might not be able to do it.
Yeah, you know,
might not be able to
forget about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah. Because then you got to drive home.
Yeah, I researched all that. You gotta hit it. You gotta do it in prime time. Upload it in prime time.
Okay.
So when people are like majority of people off work.
Yeah.
And they get us something like, damn, okay, let me hit on it. But if you at work, you might see it.
Can't click on it.
You can't click on it.
Forget it was there.
You forget it's there. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
I've learned that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go and put my. This shit tight. Yeah, that's tight right there. I'm trying to see where I went to commercial break. Oh damn, I'm still recording.
Yeah.